First of all, I think there are two things.
Yes.
Either say analysis no, too simplistic.
Okay.
And now say mischievous.
Okay.
To be honest with you. Now, cocoa ebono ye dien ye determine cocoa First of all, cocoa ni exporti.
Yeah.
Inti yenton cocoa was cities. Ye name say cocoa no ye ton US dollars. Inti your bibia ye friend no FOB.
Yes.
Okay. Inti FOB no who determine don't forget say ye guarantee prices for farmers.
Sure.
So the INA say ye an average forecast. And then we also try to lock in some contracts when the prices are favorable. Into an average forecast of your pricing. Into funny say now see over the season no on the average prices be 7.5 on the average. It is our average 7.5 no and now the be year FOB no. What me I say?
Yeah.
Then in determining the producer price, which is the farmer share, a percentage
of that
of FOB no. Enti use a percentage of FOB now. Then what do? You multiply it by the prevailing exchange rate.
At the time,
at the time, no. In fact, Bank of Ghana bema an average over the same period.
Okay.
It will average of the price
Okay.
over the period.
Okay.
Then Bank of Ghana subema average exchange rate over the period. Enti no, and I would year or pricing no. What did I mention? I say, Enti you first of all must determine what the average FOB is, and then you determine percentage I farmer no.
Sure.
Now I'm multiplying by the prevailing exchange or the average over the period. Remember example, just to go back a bit. Season here end year 24-25 season. November 2024. And MPP are buying. Emma 24-25 price.
Sure.
Now FOB are buying a UCA $4,850 a ton. $4,850
dollars
per ton.
Okay.
That was the FOB.
Okay.
And as our FOB Obama farmer $3,100 US dollars as the farmer share. So that represented 63.9%. 63.9.
Yes.
It declared FOB November 2024 for 24-25 season was 4,850. That is when spot prices were at 10,000, 9.5 and whatever. Declared FOB was 4,850. It is more and 3-1 for Equiafor.
Yes.
The 3-1 no exchange rate are UCA 16 cedis
to a dollar.
Into $3,100 by 16 cedis, which was the exchange rate from UCA in November 2024. And then mine 49,600 cedis. So that was what happened. Now, fast forward.
But at the time, despite all of this calculation, the argument was made, say, government could probably have given farmers more than 3,000. But I think the NDC were very loud on that.
Yes.
And the Honorable Atofos and Koka said 6,000 and all of that. And why was that analysis made?
So for anybody who analyzing market now when who say you ton cocoa between 9,000 and 10,000. Now you announce farmer share 3-1. What will be your reaction? Who share market now? Over period
Yes.
price no equal between 9,000 and 10,000.
Ghana cedis.
No, US dollars. Who monitor market now? Now say a buying airbe bought price. No, I'm a farmer 3,100. What will be your reaction?
Initially,
Young funny say even CC no.
Yes.
Market is hovering around 7.8. If you announce say, let's say $3,100 for the farmer, how would anybody feel? That your share market now price around 7.8.
Yes.
Into the farmer 3,100. What it means, they say you are giving the farmer even lower than 50%. So on the face of it, that will be the reaction of everybody. And it's on the basis of that now people said that because when they monitor international prices now, figures or who were prices no over a period no. Any the ISEMA farmer no. It doesn't make sense. Because prices no about 9,000. Your fans having 8,500 on the average. 8,500. Now so farmer 3,100. Then what percentage are you giving the farmer? When historically, you know, we're saying the band is between 60 to 70%. So 60 is the lower band, 70 is the highest band.
Yes.
Okay. Say you ready at the end as a market, no? You find say average 8,500 and $8,000. Now so my farmer 3,100. On the face of it, it looks like you are giving the farmer way below the 60%. So obviously, anybody or monitor no, the person will be worried and the person will say you're cheating the farmer. And I'm sure said that was the reaction. Because the farmer share was 3-1. But you see, that is also the level of transparency. Because, for example, Antomimi Cocoa Board, no, Nami Nim say FOB UC was 4,850. Nobody in Parliament knew.
How so?
Nobody knew. Because if they knew the 4,850, they would have asked questions. Say, how did you arrive at an FOB of 4,850? Because 4,850 and not 3-1 here 63.9%. But how did you arrive at 4,850? You should be able to explain. It was just a statement in more.
Yes.
We have talked about the 7,200. 7,200 no, you're breaking it down. It is also because we are carrying forward, rolling over 100,000.
Yes.
Of 2,600 that was signed in 2023-2024.
Yes.
What it means, they say, so 100,000 at 260 is bringing the weighted average down. It will factor pricing now. Young fan say if you are going to do 600,000 tons, now say 100,000 tons of that is 2.6. Now say 500,000 tons, 7,700. You have to factor in the 100,000 at 2.6 no.
Yes.
With the 500,000 at 7.7 or 7.8, and then you have a weighted average. That will be your FOB. Because cocoa na oba betino, and yan na na ukoton no 7.7. Would the bear 100,000? Why no what on 2.6? They couldn't supply. Would the 100,000 eco supplies are 2.6 no? So you must factor that 2,600 by 100,000 tons in determining your FOB for that season. Because 100,000 of what you produce will be given for 2,600, and then 500,000 will be given for the higher price. It is our weighted average, you know.
Yes.
And no any about 7,200. No. So what is it that caused the weighted average for 24-25 to come to 4,850? That is what nobody knew until we stepped into Cocoa Board. I've seen handing over notes on my desk at Cocoa Board. Bibi or mo friend rollover contracts. It is not in the handing over notes. It was not disclosed to the transitional team.